Ladies and gentlemen, everybody in the universe, welcome to Promonoise. Hello, hello. What an honor, what a treat that I get to speak with David Wright. David Wright, the owner of Urban Afuera, a brand new line dedicated to celebrating culture, dedicated to celebrating multiple cultures. And we're going to talk about that in just a couple of seconds. David, great to see you, man.
Great to see you too, Alex. Always a pleasure. Always an inspiration to sit and talk to you.
You're too kind. I want to give you some cred here. For those that don't know David Wright, I'm going to tell a little bit of his story here because he's too modest to tell you. David is a visionary when it comes to printing. This guy has printed all over the world. He has run some of the largest commercial print shops in Latin America. I mean, he's got cred. He has done it here in North America as well. He knows his stuff. And we're going to talk a little bit about printing in a couple of seconds. But what I really want to talk about today, David, is this new line, Urban Afuera.
Yeah.
And I want you to tell me a little bit about how you're doing it. What is it and what inspired? First of all, what is Urban Afuera?
Well, it's a clothing line that we've created as an idea. It celebrates Latin American culture, and we're combining it with Canadian lifestyle and living.
Awesome.
So the urban part is sort of the city that we're all living in, and even the new immigrant families that we are friends with, or we're calling ourselves our blended families, are living in the cities. But we're finding also when we go camping, which we all love to do, we're finding that we're running into exact same duplicates of our family, people who lived in Central or South America and have come here to blend with the Canadian culture. So this was kind of my story. I went to Central America basically for work, for business. But as I went through and traveled, managing contractors all over, I started to really enjoy the culture. My time I had to stay over a weekend or something like that. So, and to make a long story short, I fell in love with a woman.
Okay.
Madly in love with a woman, the love of my life. And married her, and we came back to Canada when my business concluded in Central America, and with us came her three Salvadorian, or our three Salvadorian children at that point, because we had already been together for more than 7 years in Central America. So when I came home and tried to reestablish a senior management career, it just didn't work for me. So after that, and COVID contributing to sort of finalizing things, that this is time to go with that idea I've had about creating a cultural-based brand that celebrates my family and who my family is, and the thousands and thousands of other families who come here every year to Canada, which I think is the greatest country in the world. And all of my friends agree, and they all come here and they prosper. My children are prospering. I mean, they're doing well, they're working jobs, they're studying at night. Ultimately, if we don't do this business, they'll do well.
Yes.
But part of Urban Afuera is them. They are the face of Urban Afuera.
Yes.
Of this new culture, family culture. And this is what we want to create through our store, through our website. Sure, we want to certainly do commerce online, but we want our customers to sort of get involved and tell us their stories too, because how we got here, and we don't have time, Alex, to tell you the full story, but it was a long, arduous process of getting our family here, much like I'm certain we know friends, and I'm certain thousands of other people run into those exact same challenges.
I would agree.
But ultimately, family, love, unity, hope, all of that stuff, applied in the right way, it worked out. It can hurt.
100%.
It can hurt to get there, that's for certain, but some of the best values we've all learned in life come from either failures or things that have hurt a little bit. It gets your attention,
Yes.
Things that impact your life. If we all lived just a pleasurable life, I don't think we would have character at all. If everything was fun, I think it's like going on a vacation, going on an all-inclusive vacation. There's always that guy on it that complains about he doesn't like this, he doesn't like that.
Yeah.
Vacations like that adventure, you gotta have. It's all about expectations.
Yeah.
And this is where we want to go with this. With our customers in store as we develop Urban Afuera hopefully into a community-based website, certainly selling and attracting products. but listening to our customers. You know,
Right.
is their blended life going? And since we have the other side of the business, the Right Print Solutions Incorporated, which is more a business to business, we know that we'll have many members on the Urban Afuera site that own businesses.
Yes,
And
absolutely.
if they know if their business needs print services like we're offering, we want to be able to put that on our website too. You want a wholesale order as an Urban Afuera member, you get a discount automatically from Right Print and Wholesale.
Beautiful.
Part of building what we're hoping is going to be a community of people who help each other out and not just e-commerce.
Yes.
So it's pretty exciting, and it's family business. You know, my son Mario over there is my partner.
Yes.
And I'm hoping that all my children are going to be involved in some manner or another.
Hey, so Dave, from that perspective here, I want to talk to you a little bit about what this whole concept means and how you bring family into the picture. So I've had the distinct pleasure of philosophizing with Dave, understanding your business and your business model. What I appreciate the most about your business model is the inclusion aspect of it, is the fact that you're really welcoming people, you're celebrating challenges like you were just talking about. Alex, life can be great, it can be joyous, it can be challenging, and you use the words passion and love a couple of seconds ago, and hope, you said hope.
Absolutely hope.
And it seems to me that Urban Afuera just takes these concepts, the essence of hope and passion and love, and that's your business model. You're building a business around that. And I've had guest after guest today, and I'm telling you, there's a common theme here, and that common theme is inclusion. That common theme is community.
Very much agreed.
And that's what Urban Afuera is, right?
Very much. It's stepping off that day-to-day grind of the corporate ladder.
Yep.
You know, when we decided to do it, the rules were clear in my head about balanced family, balanced business.
Yes.
And at the end of the day, doing business with my family, I look forward to both. I look forward to completing the tasks that I have to complete that day, but again, I look forward to that time I draw the line in the sand, business is done for the day.
Yes.
It's time to be with my wife and family.
Yes.
I love that about my life right now. It's pure joy.
Absolutely. So, unbelievable concept. Let's talk a little bit about the printing aspect of it, because you're really a game changer when it comes to decorating, Dave. I've worked with you in that capacity. I've seen your magic at work. And so you are bringing all kinds of funky decorating techniques to the market. You are always experimenting, pushing the envelope. I mean, I don't know if you can see it in the glare, but there's a gorgeous journal here that you've printed full, all the way up, all the way down. Most people, it's like, oh, I can give you this little spot here. You're doing things like that. You're printing tote bags over here that are both sides all the way. You're doing that on demand, Dave.
On demand, yes. And that's the magic.
That means you don't need 1,000 units. How many can we order?
One.
How many? One? One unit?
One unit you can order.
That's insane.
It's priced. This particular kind of printing service, it is a tiny bit more expensive.
Okay.
But it's priced for that. You just want one of that. And when we were developing the graphics for this with our graphic artist, Roger Beck, very talented local Toronto graphic artist.
Yep.
He came up with these beautiful graphics, and we said, how do we get these on as many products as we can? Not just a bunch of t-shirts or hats. We've got to be able to put it on things like journals and mugs and things. But again, I have to invest in the tooling just to do that. I'd invest $1,000 in making samples. Yeah, again, all of these are one-off on-demand samples that I've ordered to prove my system of on-demand printing.
Unreal.
So you choose off my website and you say, I want one of those bottles, I want one of those cups, I want that book and a t-shirt, and you click, the on buy, click the pay, and it will be processed through our on-demand system, and it'll be in shipping all the way. And I can see every stage of the way, when that order is picked, when that order is printed, when it's packed and shipped on the way. We can track every stage of the way. So the idea is to create beautiful products, but with no restrictions.
Yes, and I'm smiling ear to ear here because, look, I know this industry. I've been in the industry for 20 years. I understand minimums. I understand the law of commerce. And it seems to me like you're taking that law, you're balling it up, and you're going, yeah, see you later, buddy. And I love the fact that you're doing that, because what you're doing here is you're offering the ability to order one at a time. And when you order an Urban Afuera product, you become part of a community. And I think your vision is for people that interact with you to share their stories. How did you come to Canada? How did you introduce your culture? How was your culture shared with the world? And how did you assimilate into the Canadian landscape? Because
I think it's very important to the new Canadian story we're writing right now.
Yes.
With the amount of immigrations we have, the balance is here.
Yes.
Family everywhere we go is blending together. And it's not just immigrants coming here and setting up, like in the old days, just in their own but Chinatowns and we now have, all of my friends have married into Canadian cultures in some way or another.
Yep.
Whether it's marrying a Canadian, whether it's marrying a Jamaican Canadian, whether it's marrying a Chinese Canadian. It's integrating all that culture into, but again, immigration was all where it started. So it's a new world, and I think business, as you said, you were hearing much more of the businesses sort of looking at, we can still be profitable, but we can feel good about what we do every day. And part of what Urban Afuera wants to do, we want to listen to our membership. We want to be able to give back. If we're doing well, then we want to share it. We want to pay back like everyone should be doing these days.
Yes.
There's plenty and plenty of ways for us to pay back, but we don't want to just decide on our own. This is what we think. We want to hear, because when I lived in Central America, I used to belong to a group that built one house per year for a very, very poor family.
Fabulous.
But not a big thing, but it changed one family's life for the rest of their life, basically.
Well, and then it changes the generations that spawn from that one family, and the heart and the love that goes into that project permeates across generations.
And that's where we'd like our Urban Afuera members to be able to guide us in that direction.
Yes.
Where do you think the money, the charitable money, should go?
So imagine that, Dave. What you're doing, in other words, is you're allowing your community, you're allowing a community to actually influence the way that your business gives back and contributes, which is, again, revolutionary. And that's who I'm speaking with today, is people who have a revolutionary idea, who are turning the business world upside down and doing things differently. And this is what you're doing, Dave.
So you used the word earlier, it's all about expectations,
Yep.
It's not so much about, is this good, is this bad, did it meet the expectations?
Yes.
And that's what it's all about, the customer experience, the expectations, or the member experience.
Yes.
We want to build their expectations from Urban Afuera, raise the bar, continue to come up with cool, fashionable designs, new products that we can offer through our store. So, and share with our members at reasonable, we hope prices, and
yes,
better that community, better our lives, better their lives, and we hope that we're big enough at someday to have celebrations together.
Unreal.
Hold some parties, rent out a space and open it up, smoke some meat or do something wildly fabulous, and just let everybody come and somebody to play some Latin and Canadian music mixed together. So you never know.
Speaking of sharing, Dave, you have graciously brought this tote bag over that includes a whole bunch of goodies. We've got a gorgeous mug over here. I mean, printed right from bottom to top. It is stunning in its gorgeous decoration.
Yeah, it's a good piece.
You've got a fabulous water bottle over here. You've got a journal in here. You've got t-shirts in here. You've got a hoodie in here. There's all kinds of things in this kit over here. Yeah. And you wanted to give that away today.
I do.
I'm like, okay, let's do it, man. Let's give it away. So here's what we're going to do, everybody. You're watching right now, you're watching live, or you're going to watch the replay of this. Here's our contest. If you happen to be watching this live, if you happen to watch this in an hour, in 2 hours, tonight, this show is on for 2 days, today and tomorrow. You come by this booth over here, it's the PPPC booth. You come by and you say hi to me or Mark, one of the two guys wearing a Promonoise shirt here, and we are going to give the first person that comes by and says, I love Urban Afuera, this entire kit. All right, does that sound pretty cool?
That's awesome.
I love it, man.
We'd be happy. We're so proud of the way the products have come. At this point, we're just happy to share them and let people enjoy them.
I love your philosophy. I love that you're giving back to the community. I love that you're talking about community and people's journeys, Dave, the journeys they made, the hardships they endured. And you're bringing that into business, which warms my heart, man.
Yeah, me too.
It's gorgeous.
A lot of it came from your inspiration earlier on. It really did.
I appreciate that.
I watched your progression as you stepped off and the things you got involved with your Almost Enlightened and Promonoise, your writers groups, all of that stuff. It's very inspiring to see that. And it sort of awoke that creative animal that's always inside me, but controlled in my senior management business environment I lived in.
It's a rediscovery, isn't it?
It is, yeah, very much a rediscovery.
We and so many of the people I've interviewed today, we are rediscovering who we always were. That innocent child that was full of creativity, that there were no bounds, there were no limits. And I see you doing that, man. I see Mario doing that, who's standing just behind the camera over there. And these guys are living their dream, man. They're living it. This is what they want to do. It's their passion project. And who says that you can't conduct commerce with passion and with love and with hope? And you're doing that.
I agree.
Dave, where can our friends reach you and actually transact with you?
Well, there's the store urbanafuera.com.
Okay.
You can put it in now. The store has got an opening soon because it's right now in audit as far as just checking out everything is good before we go live and make sure the customer experience is going to be perfect.
Okay.
So that's it could take as much as 3 to 4 weeks at this point, from what I understand from our team working on it. But you can message us also at rightprintsolutions.ca.
Okay.
That's our print company, business to business. Is our contact information on there. David at rightprintsolutions.ca.
Okay.
Or Mario at rightprintsolutions.ca.
David at rightprintsolutions.ca. WRIGHTPRINT solutions.ca is the address.
Correct.
And that's how you can contact them. Their site is urbanafuera.com. Urban, URBAN, Afuera, AFUERA.com.
We also have Urban Afuera on Facebook and Urban Afuera, I believe it's _CA on Instagram.
Amazing. So we've given you a few places in which you can connect with David and Mario and the entire team. I hope you support their program. I think it's absolutely phenomenal what they're doing. I know you're going to be successful because you're going to keep at it. You're going to be motivated by the passion, and that's what makes us successful, right? You're going to be growing and expanding.
Stay tuned to those social medias for... we're going to be adding more services as they come.
Love it.
Once we open the store, more user-friendly, more community-based services as we move along. So
I love it.
And we'll be announcing that through Instagram, Facebook, all our social media sites. So,
David,
thank you
for taking the time. It's a pleasure to speak with this guy. And Mario, who's off to the background, buddy, you're doing an awesome job. And thank you for watching. We appreciate you, and we'll see you at the next interview.
Thank you.
Take care.
Thank you for your time.